Hey, if you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Janelle Copeland. I owned a bakery for 12 years that was located in Glendora, California. It's an award-winning bakery that I hung up my apron for and I retired at the end of 2020. And now I get to spend time with people like you who are looking to grow and expand their businesses. In this video, I'm gonna be sharing 3 tips that will help you maximize your holiday strategy and make more money during the holidays. There are 3 things that I'm gonna share with you in this video. Quick tips, very simple, but these are the 3 main things I think that people get hung up on, which is why they don't have the most successful holiday seasons in their business. So let's dive in. Tip number 1 is gonna sound really simple, and it kind of is, but people fail to do it the most, and that is plan ahead. If you know that there is a calendar and that calendar has holidays that happen every year, usually on the same day, then we have to do a better job of planning. I know from starting a business at home that it is really difficult to be the solopreneur and stay on top of everything that there is to follow up on, right? So you've got to manage inventory, you've got to respond to customers and send out invoices and quotes and all of that stuff. And usually you're the doer, you do the dishes, you make the products, I understand. But one of the main things you can do to make sure that you're setting yourself up for success is plan ahead. So I'm gonna tell you what I did when I worked from home and also when I ran my brick and mortar bakery to plan ahead. Every first Monday of the month, I would sit down, it'd be in my calendar, it's a scheduled meeting that I had with myself, and I would look at not the month that I'm in, but the following month so that I could plan everything there was to plan for that month, at least 4 to 8 weeks ahead of time. So if you know that it's scheduled, it's in your calendar, it's something that you do every single first Monday of the month, then there's no running from that, right? During those meetings, I would pull all of the holidays, I would pull all the fun days, and by the way, if you're looking to celebrate National Concha Day or Unicorn Day, Mermaid Day, we've got a thing called the Social Celebrator that's definitely worth checking out. Even if you're an at-home baker, which is actually the reason I started the Social Celebrator, because I didn't have a brick and mortar, right? Even if you're an at-home baker though, you still need ways to be creative to get people to notice your products when you're not in a holiday season. So finding things like Dr. Seuss's birthday or Read Across America or any other holiday that you see trending on social media is always gonna be helpful to create some hype and excitement around your business and what products your business should be offering. So I compiled a list of every single holiday, and it's a great way to help you plan ahead. It's called the Social Celebrator, and you can go to janellecopeland.com to learn more about that calendar. If you decide not to do that, that's totally fine. You can have your meeting with yourself, right, on the first Monday of November. All you're gonna do is Google every single fun, wacky holiday that's happening in December, and then you're gonna sit there and kind of figure out how to strategize around what your business can do to create some hype and excitement around those holidays or those fun special days. That leads me into tip number 2, which is meet customers where they're at. So what do I mean by that? You need to meet people where they're at when it comes to celebrating a holiday and create products that will help them celebrate that holiday in these ways with these 3 questions. So number 1, how do people normally celebrate that holiday? Who do they normally celebrate with? And what is a customary budget that is normally, acceptable for them to spend on that holiday? Those questions can help you come up with your product assortment, what your price point should be, and just figure out how to show up in the best way for any holiday. So let's take, for example, Thanksgiving. Asking yourself, how do people celebrate? They celebrate in groups, they celebrate with family, they celebrate by having large gatherings. Who do they celebrate with? Usually friends, loved ones, people that they want to spend time with during a holiday, right? Customary budget for Thanksgiving would be Like, you have to think, if it's a large gathering, people will be sitting around a table, you'll probably be serving dessert if you make sweets. Then you've got to ask yourself, if I'm also, supplying a turkey, mashed potatoes, all of the things, are people really gonna want a massive cake for Thanksgiving? The answer is probably not, right? Do they want mini cupcakes? Do they want little pies? Do they want smaller little treats because maybe they've already indulged? Answering those 3 questions for Thanksgiving would give you an idea of how much you might want to charge for something, what kind of products you might want to create, how people will be celebrating them, and all of the other things, right? So I hope that makes sense. Let's use the same 3 questions with Christmas. How do people normally celebrate? Again, they gather with family. They're usually at home, not usually going out. Who do they celebrate with? Friends, family, and what's a customary budget? Thinking back to like what happens at Christmas. People have just indulged for Thanksgiving. Christmas is not really about food unless there's a Christmas dinner, right? So again, if you're gathering people and they're going to be eating maybe a big meal for Christmas, what kind of little treats do people want for dessert would be a good question to ask, right? Here's the difference. Some people that make custom cakes, which I also made custom cakes when I owned the Cake Mamas. We like the art and we want to create really cool, amazing things, but creating a custom cake that costs $150 is probably not something that's going to fly off the shelves if you're looking to celebrate Thanksgiving. Why? Although it's cool to make a turkey cake, is that something that people really want to spend money on for Thanksgiving if they're trying to feed a bunch of people, different types of food? Is that really the best way that you can serve people for Thanksgiving? And then ask the same thing for Christmas. People are usually wanting to give presents for Christmas. It's not usually about this big feast, but it also depends what area you live in and what type of people you're catering to. If you are catering to wedding venues and you're specifically focused on wedding cakes and people are getting married on Christmas, that's another story, right? But I'm just asking you to kind of think outside of the box and see how people celebrate each holiday. Let's use a 3rd example. New Year's Eve. New Year's Eve sounds like a great thing for you to participate in as a small business owner, and you should. But think about how people celebrate New Year's. They usually go to a party. There's usually alcohol involved. There's usually some sort of, dress up or something, whether guys are dressed up or girls are in dresses. Do people really want to cut cake and eat it at a New Year's celebration? Not usually. They're usually wanting to cheers with some sort of champagne. So if I were to think about something to offer them for New Year's, I'd probably think something packaged, small, grab and go, not big, nothing sloppy, nothing messy. So I'm thinking a cookie that's already wrapped. I'm thinking a mini cupcake, maybe something that's got alcohol infused. I think you get where I'm going with this. Every single holiday that we want to participate in as business owners, we have to do a good job of asking ourselves these questions and then figuring out how to solve these questions so we can be creative to come up with great things that will serve our customers and make our business money, right? So I hope that those tips help. Earlier this year, I hosted a workshop and I was talking about holidays. That was around the time of St. Patrick's Day, Easter, leading into the spring holidays. In the fall, we hosted another one that was geared to help prepare you for the winter holidays. So Halloween through Thanksgiving, Christmas, all the way up to New Year. If you're interested in that, then you can click the link in the notes and head over to gain access to that workshop. It's an amazing workshop. You need to watch it one time and you'll be able to kill it during any holiday season. I promise it'll be worth it. In that holiday workshop, you're gonna learn everything from how to plan for any holiday, what it's like to create a runway, which is how you essentially market your upcoming holiday products and promotions, brainstorm ideas for products and packaging, decide and finalize on pricing, because that's an issue for most bakers, determine exactly how much money you wanna make and establish a goal, plan your schedule for 2 to 4 weeks out minimum, how to avoid overwhelm, what you should offer, what type of products you should make, who you should be offering them to, and to help you gain clarity on how to prepare for not just the upcoming holidays, but like I said, any holiday going forward. So again, click the link in the notes and you can head over to learn more about that holiday workshop. After you've decided what products you think are gonna make your customers happy, we're gonna move on to step 3, and that is talk about it early. You wanna use and leverage social media, obviously, but the biggest mistake I see business owners make when it comes to promoting their products is they wait until the last minute. So this kind of takes you back to number 1, which was plan ahead, right? If we're planning for that holiday several weeks in advance, then we should also plan to get some photos that we can share for behind the scenes posts. We can get some photos to kind of do some sneak peek posts, but we have to be doing something which I call a runway, that's giving some kind of breadcrumbs for people to let them know what is exciting, what's to come, and then we're creating some anticipation. But where I see people fall short is they wait until the last minute to come up with a product. They start questioning themselves on how much they should be charging. Will people buy this? They kind of drag their feet. They don't take quality photos. If they do take photos, they're probably taking them too late. Oh, and they don't take the time to create an easy way for people to make a purchase, whether that's through a link on your website, a link in your bio. Like, you have to make it really easy for people to buy quickly, right? And so they fail to do all this stuff ahead of time. So now what happens is the holidays around the corner, or maybe even in a couple of days, and then all people do is say, now available for pre-order, click the link to place your order now, or DM me to place your order. So we've missed all of the steps that I've shared in this video, and I promise if you go back and you start to hold yourself accountable, 1, to better planning and a better schedule, then you will have time to think this stuff through and not be scrambling around at the last minute and then missing your opportunity to market and promote your product, which ultimately is gonna be the reason that you sell more products, right? And that you have a successful holiday. What I see happen often is people get really disappointed after they don't have a great holiday, and then they come to me and they ask me, Janelle, what could I have done differently? You know, I talked about it, I posted about it, and nobody bought my stuff. And here's what I do usually. I go to their Instagram or their Facebook, wherever they're at, and I look, and maybe they talked about it 2 times. So then I asked them, well, did you post it in stories? Did you have a link in your bio where they could click on it and actually order it? No, they had to send me a DM and then I would send them pricing. Or no, they had to contact me via text in order to place an order. So you're creating this huge barrier that makes it difficult for people to buy from you quickly. And then also, you thought that you talked about it a lot, but you really didn't. You might have posted 2 times about it. People are not seeing every single thing that you post. So although you feel like it's kind of slimy or it's annoying, they're swiping through social media so quickly, they're probably not noticing it. And usually you've got to post a couple times in order for someone to see it. So I hope that those quick tips help you. Again, we have a whole entire 2-hour workshop on how to win during the holidays, but those are 3 quick steps that I think if you just spend some time tweaking, you could have a lot of success for your next holiday. So let me know in the comments if any of these tips resonate with you. And most importantly, what will you do to better set yourself up and better prepare for the next upcoming holiday? I wanna see you guys thrive and win in your business. So please make sure you come back, leave a comment, and let me know how much success you had with these tips during the next holiday. See you guys in the next video.